Hello everyone, it is that time of the month where we now get to play my next round of my Cat-Walk TBR game. This one will be for the month of July. So there are several readathons that I would like to participate in. Got my notebook here. There is from Bridge 4 Books, and I'm just going to mention these, and I don't fulfill the prompts until I read, and I pick what books pick the prompts as I read. But I will tell you about which ones I have. So from on Discord, Bridge 4 Books, it's the orange edition of the Reading Rainbow Chain. So I have 5 prompts for that. And then also from Bridge 4 Books is July's By the Days. There are 9 prompts for that. Then there is the Monsters University Readathon on Discord, and I am on Team OK, and the color for my team is green. So I'm trying for that one. We also have from Bridge 4 Books, Summer Camp. So I've got that one as well. And also on Bridge 4 Books is Go for the Gold, and this one I believe goes through August. I can't remember, but this is longer than July. And so it's for the Summer Olympics. Also on Discord is the Hunger Games Readathon, and I have been assigned to District number 9. And there are tons of prompts for that one. We also have from Krys's Corner, the Phase Out Your TBR. We are working on phase number 5, which is a run of 8. So I have all the prompts written down for that. And then I have joined the Little Cafe. I've decided to join Team Pineapple. There are 6 prompts for the team, and then you can read other ones like and attack the other teams. So you can read prompts from the other teams to attack them. So, and there's 4 teams. So Pineapple is the one I decided to join. There's also Blueberry, Peach. Peach was my second choice. And then Watermelon. And those are all the readathons. So there's quite a bit of readathons. So, yes. As far as the priority reads, there are several priority books, I should say. There are several book club books. I had to take a back seat on, where's my phone? It's on Discord. It's Danielle, Amy, and Paige, I believe are the 3 hosts. I will list all of their channels in the description box. I can't remember, and there's a Discord for it. BookStara. So it's a book for every 2 months. So we're getting a new series or a new book for July. And I really wanted to read the other ones, but I had my dad pass away. We had to put our 2 dogs down. There's a bunch of hoo-ha in my life, so I just couldn't fully commit to trying to read, which was the Greenbone Saga. So Jade City, Jade War, and I think the third one's Jade Legacy. I own the whole series. I just was not able to fully commit to being able to read those books. But the series that we are doing starting in July is starting off with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Thoroughly loved this book. So I really want to prioritize this in July. So this will be a reread for me. And I'm excited to not only reread this, but then to continue on with the series. My mom did get me the second and I think the 3rd book in the series. So I'm excited. The other book I really want to prioritize is the book for Autism Reads, which is the readathon that I host, where we read a book every month by an author that is confirmed to be autistic, and Matt Haig is autistic. So this is the selection for Autism Reads, which is How to Stop Time. So this is, July is for the adult age category for the book, and then August will be young adult, September will be a middle grade. So for the adult selection is going to be How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. Thoroughly loved The Midnight Library, and so I'm really excited to get another Matt Haig book. So these are the 2 absolute priorities. There are other readathons, but I've kind of fallen off that because I'm so far behind on every other readathon. But I really want to get to the series again. So these are the 2 that I absolutely want to try to get on. So we'll see what the prompts do for me. But without further chit chat, let's go ahead and remember I start off with 5 rolls. A double adds a roll in addition to, it basically adds 2 additional prompts. I add a roll, so it's another prompt from my game, and then plus there is a TBR card to pull from, which will be the punishment. Each one I still draw the color card and try to fit the color with that, otherwise it splits and all of that. But there is never any punishment for not completing my TBR. Life happens, and sometimes I'll be doing a readathon and there's a prompt that I want to read, like the next prompt in a readathon or something, and none of the books I've selected for my game fulfill that prompt, so I go and pick a book from my shelf in my room to fulfill that prompt. And so I still do a little bit of mood reading and stuff like that as well. The other readathon is, and I'm waiting for Kim from Expedition Through Pages, I'm waiting for her drop of the prompts for the next round of Tales from Two Trails. So that I am waiting on as well. She waits until like the 25th is done worldwide, and then she films it with her mom. They get the prompts and then they put it out and all of that. So it's still going to be probably another day or two. And then once I have those prompts, then I generally tend to prioritize those prompts. And then once the next month starts, then I prioritize the prompts for the readathons. So my selection just gives me kind of, takes my hundreds upon hundreds of unread books down to a much more manageable stack to choose from, and then I am free to pick outside of the stack from my game to fulfill prompts. And if I just don't feel like reading, I don't feel like reading. And I'm not going to punish myself for getting in a slump or having life happen. So now let's go ahead and get into the rolls. Again, we're going to start off with 5 and let's see how this one goes. Okay, so first things first is I need to pull up random number generator. Not tandem, random, not tandem, again. Random number generator. I have 30 spots. Okay. Now, let's figure out where I will be starting. Number 24. Okay. So, starting on spot number 24, which is right here, which is a barbecue. And we're going to be switching from this green one to this kind of an orange cat magnet. So, right there. All right, roll number 1. Oh, we're already starting off with a punishment. Okay, so I've got 2 8s, or I've got 2 4s, so I'm moving 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Father's Day. Grab my notebook and go to my summer prompts. Father's Day. Okay, so this is to read a book that has some sort of a man on the cover. So something that looks like an adult male, or could be a child that's going to grow up, but basically something, an image on the cover where the person looks like a male. All right, and then with every prompt, we've got these colors. So I'm going to flip these over and let's do a little shuffle-uffle. Okay, I just generally go with the top. All right, it's a yellow, so it's kind of a yellow, number 142. So man on the cover with this yellow. All right, so prompt number 1 was Father's Day, and this is to read a book that has some sort of a man on the cover. Could be a young man or a man. So this was my chance to for sure get the Autism Reads book. Now, the color that I drew for this prompt is 142. This color is not on the cover, as you will see, because it is bright orange, and there is like teal and navy blue and white. So, but the man on the cover, there's one dangling there. There's a cowboy there. Looks like there's some silhouettes there of a woman and maybe 2 men. one driving a stagecoach. So I am counting that, silhouettes of men. So there is a man on the cover, so I'm going with How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. Again, this is the July selection for Autism Reads. Tom Hazard has just moved back to London to settle down and become a history teacher. But while he may look like an ordinary 41-year-old owing to a rare condition, he's been alive for centuries. He has lived history firsthand, performing with Shakespeare, exploring the high seas with Captain Cook, and sharing cocktails with Fitzgerald. Now he just wants a normal life. Unfortunately for Tom, the Albatross Society, the secret group that protects people like him, has one rule: never fall in love. But on his first day, he meets a captivating French teacher who seems fascinated by him. And now, the one thing Tom can't have just happens to be the one thing that might save him. So, in order to get the color, I am going with a book. A lot of these books you will have seen on previous TBRs, ones I just haven't gotten to, but I still really want to get to these books. So, I'm going to try to get to this month Kidnapped by the Krampus by Emily Shore. So, as far as this yellow, there's a bunch of candles there. Like, it's in the shading of the candlesticks. So that's what I am going with. And maybe in some of the ornaments, the lighting and the ornaments that's sparkling from this tree here. But yeah, so I am counting it definitely with the candles. So Kidnapped by the Krampus. 'Tis the season for spice and a little Krampus magic. Investigative journalist Twyla ventures into the world of the mysterious Krampus to uncover the truth about the eccentric CEO. But when she wakes up in his winter castle, kidnapped by the horned billionaire, she finds herself drawn into a scorching romance. As Twyla uncovers the layers of this hooved enigma, she learns the monstrous holiday figure might be more real than she imagined. Oh well, monster romance is trending. For Krampus, Twyla is his last chance at breaking a century-old curse. Can their love thaw his frozen heart, or is he destined to remain the eternal Yuletide demon? So, Kidnapped by the Krampus. All right, now, before we get into the next roll, this is my TBR cards that I got from Once Upon a Book Club. And we're going to shuffle these for my punishment for getting that double. And this one I just kind of go with whatever. Let's go right here. Choose a book from the bottom of your bookshelf. Okay, that'll be pretty easy. I'll just go to a bookshelf in my room and pick a book. And then with that card, I also need a color. So let's kind of just reshuffle. This pink. Number 9320. I just get as close as I can and then we go from there. So prompt number 2 has ended up being a punishment. And the card that I drew for my TBR card pile is choose a book from the bottom shelf of your bookshelf. So I did just that. And the color that I drew is this one, which is 9320. I'm having to do split. This is the second one I'm having to split. Let's see if that trend continues. My luck, it probably will. So from the bottom of my bookshelf was sitting this book, nice and thin. This is Earthsea, The Tombs of Atuan, and this is book number 2 in this series by Ursula K. LeGuin. When Tanar is chosen as High Priestess to the ancient and nameless powers of the earth, everything is taken away from her. Home, family, possessions, even her name. She is now known only as Ara, the Eaten One, as she guards the shadowy labyrinthine tombs of Atuan. When a wizard, Ged Sparrowhawk, comes to steal the tomb's greatest treasure, the ring of Ereth Akbi, Tanar's duty is to protect the ring. But Ged possesses the light of magic and tales of a world that Tanar has never known. Will Tanar risk everything to escape the darkness that has become her domain? So, book number 2 on my stack, and this is $179 pages, it looks like. So nice, quick, 12 chapters, 179 pages, so this will be a nice read. So yeah, as you can tell, this pink color, there's a lot of browns. This is not on this cover, so I did have to split. And the book I decided to go with is number 2 in a series again. I'm going with The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. As far as this pink, I'm saying it's in the shading in this stone here in several spots. So yeah, I am saying that counts. As far as the synopsis, Aeson has found shelter, but not her missing daughter. Instead, there is Alabaster Tenring, destroyer of the world, with a request that would seal the fate of the stillness forever. The season of endings grows darker as civilization fades into the long, cold night. That's all it says. So I really don't know what this one's going to be about. Book number 1 did go over my head a little bit, but I still had a great time reading it, so I am looking forward to getting back into this world. Even though I am expecting to be thoroughly confused throughout this book as well. Okay, roll number 2 for prompt number 2 from my board is 7, so a 6 and a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Barbecue. So barbecue is to read a book that has food on the cover. And the color that I need to try to get on that is going to be this one. So this is kind of olivey green, 3985. So this next prompt will be prompt number 3. It would have been number 2 had it not been for the punishment, but prompt number 3 thus far. Landed on barbecue. This is to read a book that has some sort of food on the cover. I know just the one I want for this one. However, the color that I drew is number 3985. This is not on the cover, but I really want to get to this one, and that is A Dash of Salt and Pepper. This is an LGBT male-male romance. Onions and radishes are on the cover. So, and bits of maybe romaine lettuce leaves. I don't know, some kind of plant leaves, but still I'm saying it's food. And then he's tossing something in a bowl there. So, A Dash of Salt and Pepper. And this is by Kosoko Jackson. Xavier Reynolds is doing less than stellar. He just got dumped and was passed over for a prestigious fellowship. To top it all off, he's back home in Harper's Cove, Maine. Population 9,000. The last thing he wants to do is work as a prep chef in the kitchen of the hip new restaurant in town, The Wharf. Especially since the hot single father chef who owns it can't delegate to save his life. Logan O'Hare doesn't understand Xavier or why every word out of his mouth is dripped in sarcasm. Unfortunately, he has no choice but to hire Xavier. He needs more help in the kitchen, and his tween daughter Anne can only mince so many onions. It might be a recipe for disaster, but Logan doesn't have many options beside Xavier. Stuck between a stove and a hot place, Logan and Xavier discover an unexpected connection. But when the heat between them threatens to top the Scoville scale, they'll have to decide if they can make their relationship work or if life has seasoned them too differently. Oh, that sounds so sweet. So to fulfill the color, I'm going with another one from a previous TBR, and that is Rook by William Ritter. As you can hopefully see, there's some light shading. Oh, let me turn that around. In the window here, just kind of right along there. There's some different shades of green, and it looks like that is there, so that's what I am going with. So, Rook. Abigail Rook never intended to be the mortal bridge between the human and supernatural worlds, but now the power of sight and all the discord that comes with seeing the truth behind everything and everyone, both mundane and magical, is hers and hers alone. With this overwhelming new gift, she should be able to settle disputes, solve crimes, and help the late 19th century of New Fiddleham, New England, find calm in its supernatural chaos. The only problem, she has no idea what she's doing. And New Fiddleheim isn't waiting for Abigail to be ready. Local witches and other magical beings are going missing, as tensions between human and supernatural residents curdle into a hatred that could tear the city apart. Abigail's fiancé, Charlie, works alongside her to unravel the magical disappearances. But as a shapeshifter, he's under threat as well. Then Abigail's parents appear, ready to take her back to England and marry her off to someone she's never met. As Abigail learns to master her gift, she must follow her sight, her instincts, and any clues she can find to track a culprit who could destroy everything she holds dear. So, it does sound good, and I do hope to be able to get, I hope to get to all of these, but, you know, we'll see. Moods change, and slumps happen, and life just happens, so we'll see. Okay, roll number 3. Okay, a 6 and a 2, so I'm moving 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Father's Day. Now, I used to do that if I got the same prompt twice, it was adding, but I'm not doing that anymore. That's just a great way to get very excessive, and instead of ending up with, you know, less than 10 books to pick from, ending up with over 30 books. And so it's like, it was just overwhelming. So quit doing that. All right, let's go ahead and just go with this one, which is a purple. All right, so now we are on prompt number 4, which is Father's Day, to read a book with a man on the cover. And the color that I drew is this purple, which is 7654. Man on the cover, I'm wanting to reread so bad, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. As you can see, there's no purple on this cover at all. So, Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. Chloe Brown is a chronically ill computer geek with a goal, a plan, and a list. After almost, but not quite, dying, she's come up with 7 directives to help her get a life, and she's already completed the first, finally moving out of her glamorous family's mansion. The next items: enjoy a drunken night out, ride a motorcycle, go camping, have meaningless but thoroughly enjoyable sex, travel the world with nothing but hand luggage, and do something bad. But it's not easy being bad, even when you've written step-by-step guidelines on how to do it correctly. What Chloe needs is a teacher, and she knows just the man for the job. Redford Red Morgan is a handyman with tattoos, a motorcycle, and more sex appeal than 10,000 Hollywood heartthrobs. He's also an artist who paints at night and hides his work in the light of day, which Chloe knows because she spies on him occasionally, just the teensiest, tiniest bit. But when she enlists Red in her mission to rebel, she learns things about him that no spy session could teach her, like why he clearly resents Chloe's wealthy background, and why he never shows his art to anyone, and what really lies beneath his rough exterior. So for man on the cover, of course, as you can see, we have the main characters, and Redford is the man. So to get the color, I'm going with Damaged Goods by L.J. Shen, and this is in the shading right up here in the ballet slippers. So underneath the good two shoes persona is Damaged Goods. But can the bad boy across the street save her? Bailey Followhill is the perfect daughter. Sweet, charitable, pretty, control freak, not a hair out of place, not an inch out of line. She is everything her troublemaking sister Daria isn't. But when her A game turns out to be a lukewarm C- at Juilliard, Bailey's picture-ready life starts fraying faster than the worn satin ribbons of her point shoes. She's becoming a piece of gossip, the troubled child, a drug abuser, no longer the girl her best friend once knew. Lev Cole is so golden. He's got the Midas touch. Prized quarterback, football captain, hottest guy in SoCal. A textbook cliche. But with a girlfriend he doesn't love and a career path he doesn't value, Lev is coasting. The only 2 things he cares about, Bailey and becoming a pilot, are out of reach. But Lev is done being satisfied with the life others have chosen for him. He wants to pick his own cards, to demolish the seamless kingdom of lies his family stitched together on the ruins his mother left behind. The question is, can he save his best friend and his dream before too much damage is done? Okay, roll number 4. Okay, I for a second thought it was a double, but it is not. We have a 5 and a 4, so moving 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go swimming. So go swimming is to read a book that has water on the cover. I don't care if it's one drop of rain, but some kind of water on the cover. If the character is holding a glass of water. I don't know. Something. Water on the cover. I'll even take water in the title because the word water is on the cover. So something like that. Going with this, it looks black, but I think it's a very, very dark, deep green called Deep Forest because the word forest makes me think green. 919-6110. All right, so prompt number 5, which would have been prompt number 4, just as a reminder, but now this is prompt number 5 due to the punishment, is go swimming. And this is to read a book with water on the cover. And I did say I'll even accept the word water in the title because the word is on the cover. So I will take it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I really wanted to get to this one in May, just ran out of time, and that is Dark Water by Koji Suzuki. This, I believe, is translated from Japanese, 2006, originally published in Japan as Hono Gurari, Mizu no Soka Kara in Tokyo in 1996. So, translated looks like it was in 2006. So, contents, we have the prologue. Let's see, is this a collection of short stories? Okay, so an excellent short story. Oh, it is short story collection. So we have Floating Water, Solitary Isle, The Hold, Dream Cruise, Adrift, Watercolors, Forest Under the Sea, and an epilogue. Okay, so the back is all quotes from different people. Here we go. Trash and water. An abusive playboy dumps his pregnant girlfriend on an abandoned island. A callous husband who can't figure out his wife's whereabouts will go out to the sea and face the horror of his own behavior. A conniving couple will take their unassuming friend out on a yacht to rope him into a pyramid scheme, but the murky waters won't let them succeed. Dark waters run deep. So it sounds good, and I'm really excited. And I have found I really do enjoy movies that are based on Japanese horror. I don't know, like I really enjoyed The Ring, The Grudge, Ring 2. There's a couple of them, but those type of horrors I tend to really enjoy that are based on Japanese folklore and mythology and stuff. Really enjoy those. So I'm hoping I really enjoy the horror, and I like Junjun Ito, the manga by Junjun Ito, who is horror. So I'm really hoping this hits, and I really enjoy this. So Dark Water by Koji Suzuki. Oh, and I did forget to show you the color that I drew for this is this Deep Forest, number 196110. This is just black and white with a little bit of pink or red here for her lips. And there is no green. So moving on. So the one I do want to get to, and this is a chunker of a book. This is over 400 pages, just shy of 500. The one I would love to finally get to is Jade City by Fonda Lee. I've really been wanting to. I'm really bummed I did not get to this during the BookStara read-along. Hopefully I'll get to it now. I still really want to get to this. This sounds so good. So Jade War by Fonda Lee. It's book number 1 in the Greenbone Saga series. As you can see, I mean, there's shading variants. So, you know, like from this light green all the way into almost a black. So I am saying this one counts. For centuries, honorable Greenbone warriors have used magical jade to enhance their abilities and defend the island of Kikon from foreign invasion. Now the war is over and a new generation vies for control of Kikon's bustling capital city. 4 siblings of the powerful Kaul family must prepare for battle, and the fragile peace between the clans is about to break. So I really hope I get to this one. It's just going to depend on how my reading goes with the readathons that I want to participate in for the month. So hopefully, fingers extra crossed, I get to this. Okay, roll number 5. Moving 7, so I've got a 5 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Juneteenth. Juneteenth is to read a book by an author that is black. So, a black author. And the color is going to be this one. Kind of a tan, number 466. Roll number 6 on my board, or prefer roll number 5. Anyway, prompt number 6 is what this ends up being with the punishment. So prompt number 6, Juneteenth, and this is to read a book by a black author. And the color that I drew is number 466. And yes, I was actually able to combine this. I am going with this is another chunker of a book, so we'll see. Hopefully I'll get to this one. This one actually is over 500 pages. 500 and, oh, that's the glossary. I don't count the glossary. 523 pages it looks like. And this is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This one looks like, and if I remember correctly, an epic high fantasy. A world caught in an eternal war. One young man will become his people's only hope for survival. And then everything else on the back is just quotes of how great this book is. So that's all I know about it. And then there's some quotes: a major new talent, a gripping tale, intense, inventive, and action-packed. Evan Winter, I did look it up, is a black author from, what did it say? Grew up in Africa next to his ancestors of the, it's a tribe that starts with X. It's like XHO, and I can't remember. And then now I think he resides in Canada. But this color I'm saying is in the brushes up here, like the brush up here. It's in that. So I'm happy I actually don't have to split this one. So I am really looking forward to this one. I've been intrigued by this book since I first heard about it. And I really, really want to I just want to get to all of these. There are so many good books that exist, and it's just a bummer that I have to sleep and I have to work and I have to do other things to function as a normal human being adult. I just want to sit and read all the books, and I just can't, and that sucks, but it's life. So yeah, Rage of Dragons. All right, is this going to be the last roll? Because this one's the punishment roll. And yes, it is the last roll, because I got a 9, so no more doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, summer ending. Okay, so yes, this is officially the last roll, but summer ending is a random generator of some kind. So I have my to be read jar here, full of different types of random generators. So let's pick what generator I will be using. Let's go with this one. The random generator I will be using for this prompt is random prompt generator. So yeah, okay. Okay, I've got my phone. And let's see, do I have a bookmark saved for random prompts? Random word, picture, letter, emoji. Here we go. Random prompts. Okay. Here we go. Foiled cover. Okay, so foiled cover was the random prompt generated, and I need a color to go with that. So this Peach Pearl 14-1419. So the last prompt, there were no more doubles, so no more punishment books. I've had to split a lot of these colors, most of them, and I think all the ones before, except for the Rage of Dragons one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I So the last prompt that I did with the one with the Rage of Dragons, that top book there, I did not have to split, nor did I have to split this one. So 2 books out of all the rolls I did not have to split, which again is perfectly fine. I do want to get to all of these. So this last prompt was Summer Ending, which was a random generator. So I pulled out my little TBR jar that has a bunch of different random generators, random letter, random emoji, and the one that we pulled out, or that I pulled out, was a random prompt generator. So I went to a random prompt generator, and the prompt that pulled up was a foiled cover. This one was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. I don't have a lot of books with foiled covers, although I do, but I really did not want to split this because the color that I drew was Peach Pearl 14-1419. I really didn't want to split another one, so I am counting this one. I don't know if a lot of people would consider this foiled, but I am. It's only the words that are foiled. It still has a foiled cover. So The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and then it's foiled on the name there as well, and the title. So I am counting it. I wonder, see there's, and then foil there on the name and title in the hardcover. So I am counting this one. I say it counts. It's close enough. So The Furies, this is the most recent book by Alex Michaelides. I have thoroughly enjoyed the previous 2 books. So this is his 3rd one, and I'm really excited to get to this one. This is a tale of murder. Or maybe that's not quite true. At its heart, it's a love story, isn't it? Lena Farrar is a reclusive ex-movie star and one of the most famous women in the world. Every year, she invites her closest friends to escape the English weather and spend Easter on her idyllic private Greek island. I tell you this because you may think you know this story. You probably read about it at the time. It caused a real stir in the tabloids, if you remember. It had all the necessary ingredients for a press sensation: a celebrity, a private island cut off by the wind, and a murderer. And a murder, excuse me, not murderer, a murder. We found ourselves trapped there overnight. Our old friendships concealed hatred and a desire for revenge. What followed was a game of cat and mouse, a battle of wits, full of twists and turns, building to an unforgettable climax. The night ended in violence and death. But who am I? My name is Elliot Chase, and I'm going to tell you a story unlike any you've ever heard. I am assuming from this synopsis and the type of book it is and the other books that I've read by Alex Michaelides that this is going to be, if you're doing a readathon where one of the prompts is to read a book with an unreliable narrator, I think this would fit that bill. And I'm planning on using this. I do think out of all the readathons I'm doing, there is at least one that says to read a book with an unreliable narrator. So I'm hoping that I can use this one. So those are those ones. I do have one more book to show you. And then the book that I showed you at the beginning that I want to do a reread of, that I was not able to get it to fit any of these prompts nor any of these colors. So I am still going to add it to my stack, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I really want to participate in the BookStara read along, and this is the book for July and August. So everyone in Fairview knows the story. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. But she can't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. She knew Sal when she was a child, and he was always so kind to her. Man, I'm added a bunch of words. Anyway, continuing on. How could he possibly have been a killer? Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. This is the story of an investigation turned obsession, full of twists and turns, with an ending you'll never expect. Yeah, I'm really excited to get back into this, definitely to continue the series, and I hope I am able to read this along with the BookStara group. So, really excited. And I will try to link all the channels that I've mentioned. I will try to link all the, if there's a readathon that kind of piqued your interest a little bit, I'll try and link at least the Discords or something and have those listed in the description box as well. But that's the stack of books I want to prioritize for the month of July. We will see how other readathons go. As of filming this particular video, Kim and her mom Julie have posted the July edition for Tales from Two Trails. So I have all those prompts written down. There's 3 prompts, 2 challenge prompts, and 1 activity prompt. So I can start reading the books for those right now. I am still working on some of my reads for June. So we'll see what I can get to fit. And I did forget to log, I am sorry, Team Elephants. I did forget to log my points. I did complete every activity and challenge or whatever in all the books for the month of June. I just completely spaced logging the points. So it is what it is. Hopefully I shall remember for July. Like, as in fact, I'm going to draw a little thing, logged points. So when I rewrite this into my notebook, I will do a little check mark to say entered for points or logged the points or whatever it is, and then I can do a check mark so that I know I have done it. So that is my plan. Anyway, let me know, what are you most excited to get to out of all of these books. I'm really excited for the reread. I think I am most excited, as excited as I am for the book by Matt Haig, I think I am most excited for The Fury by Alex Michaelides and The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I think those are the 2 that are like really drawing me in out of the whole stack more than anything, aside from my reread. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know, what are you most excited to get to for the month of July? Are there any read-alongs or readathons that you would like to participate in? I'll have a bunch of information in the description box as well as the titles for each of these books. So again, I will list all the readathons and I'll try to link all the Discords or announcement videos or something to direct you to where you can get more information for those readathons. Yeah, talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.